Life doesn't wait for the next storm to hurl itself at you. It doesn't stand patiently on the sidelines, arms folded, giving you time to prepare. It breathes, it searches, it breaks over you whenever it wants. Philosophically speaking, life isn't a linear progression, but an endless flow. Some seek safety as if there were a guarantee of calm, but storms aren't an accident on the banks of this river. They are part of its very nature. Heraclitus would have said, Pantare, everything flows, and in flow lies unpredictability. The person who considers the storm an exception is mistaken. The storm is life itself in its most radical form. And psychologically speaking, the greatest deception lies in believing we can wait until everything is calm again. Those who postpone their happiness until a storm-free future postpone it until never. Waiting becomes a trap. People don't lose strength in the storm, but in the illusion that there is a future without them. Resilience doesn't come from persevering, but from acting in the eye of the hurricane. And yet, in every storm lies the truth. It takes away our control, but it also gives us insight. It shows us that we are not indestructible, but also not as fragile as we fear. Psychologically speaking, it forces us to confront ourselves, the fearful parts that want to flee and the powerful parts that suddenly rise up when everything else crumbles. Life doesn't wait, and perhaps that's precisely where its grace lies. If it were plannable, it would be boring. If it were predictable, we would never discover the courage to choose a direction amidst chaos. The storm is not an enemy, it is a mirror. It shows us that we have long been able to walk while we still believe we must crawl. In the end, the bottom line is you can't prevent the storm, but you can decide whether it breaks you or shapes you, whether it makes you a victim or someone who hears their own voice for the very first time in the thunder.
Good morning. Everything is soaking wet. The rain came earlier than expected. 9:30. I packed everything soaking wet, and I hope it will not rain until we are in the city, and I hope we will find a hotel. My wish that it won't rain will be not fulfilled. What a shame. If it's raining, everything sucks. The hotel is at the very end of the city, and the address is in the park. But there is no hotel. Thanks God, we found the hotel after walking in a circle of 3 kilometers. And yeah, the rain started. At the moment not that heavy, but this will change. They forecasted 100 liters per square meter. Well, unfortunately, it's one more time a house I'm not really welcomed, because the hotel owner was standing in front of the house and he watched at me in a really bad way from top to bottom. And then he started discussing the dog, and I didn't know that he is the owner, and I just said it's confirmed because I asked before about the dog, and they said yes, and it's not a problem, and all of those things. And he's one of those guys who thinks I'm a homeless person who could probably afford somehow a hotel, and but he don't like me, he don't like what I'm doing, and he treated me in his personality really bad. That's not good. But it happens very often. They judge a book by their cover. But I think this cover is not that bad at all. It's raining day and night, not with big and fat drops, but like a curtain, like a fine rain curtain. And it's really cold.